Welcome back to another MECH 1000 video. We're working on drawing 10-4 on the base, and the last thing I've done is made this hole. We're talking about how we're going to have to add another hole outside of it to indicate the presence of threads. So we don't need to actually physically measure or draw this to be the same size as the minor diameter of the threads. We just need to offset some amount. So I'm going to try 1/16 of an inch, let's say 0.0625, and let's see what that looks like. That's probably more than I need. So what if we do a 32nd? 1 divided by 32 is 0.03125. Let's try that. So I'll offset 0.03125. That probably looks better. So we'll offset that and we'll put that onto the hidden line layer to indicate the presence of our threads. And then I can mirror this one across this line, midpoint to midpoint. We've got a couple other holes here as well, don't we? Let's see, they are spaced at 1.5 inches apart and 6 inches apart. So they align up with this edge right here, and they are 1.5 inches apart. So I'm going to draw a line here just to establish the center line. I'll take this hole right here and copy it to there, and then move this one up 3/4 of an inch, 0.75, and then copy it straight down 1.5. And let me just double check real quick, make sure I got that aligned correctly. Yep, the center of that circle is on that line just like I want it to be. So now I can get rid of those and mirror. Nope, not across that line. Let's mirror it across this line. Alright, and maybe I should have added the center marks before. Let's put it on the center before I mirrored them. But that's alright, I can go back and add them now. Let's try that again. Center mark. There, there, there. 2 more. Here, and here. Okay. Those look pretty good. What else are we missing in this top view? I drew earlier the hidden lines from the bottom of the dovetail, but I didn't include these at the top of the dovetail slot. So I'll start my line there, draw it straight up, trim it off, and then this, of course, should be on the hidden line layer. And I can then just mirror it across. Okay, let me switch back to my 0 layer. We have these 2 edges at the corners of these semicircular grooves. They're going to appear in this top view as visible lines. Let's trim them off. Okay, and let's see what else. This feature down here at the bottom, it is going to appear as just draw a line, kind of an arbitrary distance up here. This is going to be a hidden line in the top view. And draw this line over to it. This line will go from here over to this one like that. And now I can do some trimming. Just trim off that, and these. I should have selected this as one of my trimming items. There we go. And now let's take these lines, put them on the hidden line layer, and they need a fillet. It's not a sharp 90-degree corner. It's a rounded corner with a radius of 0.125. There we go. And then I can take these lines and mirror them across the top. Mirror plane goes straight through the middle of the part to mirror them up to the top half. Okay, anything else? Looks like that's good for the top view. In the front view, I need to draw these holes. So let me switch over to my hidden line layer. I'll draw a line from here. I'll just draw it to the top surface. Just drawing some construction lines right now to locate where that hole is going to be. Now the hole note tells me that the depth of the hole is 1.5 inches. So I'll come straight down 1.5 and then do that again over here, straight down 1.5. Draw a line across the bottom. Now there's no note anywhere indicating the angle that the drill tip makes. So I'm going to quickly look up what a typical included angle of a drill bit is. Okay, I just looked it up online, and the most common included angle of the tip of a drill bit is 118 degrees. So let's see here. If I want to make a triangle here, and with the bottom angle being 118, three angles of a triangle add up to 180. So 180 minus 118 gives me 62, and if I divide that by 2, 31. So I could draw a line horizontally and then rotate it 31 degrees. And do the same thing in the other direction. Start a line at that corner, draw it horizontally, rotate it, this time in the other direction, negative 31 degrees. And then I can trim off the excess. And there's my drill bit. Now the threads don't go all the way down to the bottom of the hole. The threads are only 1 1/8 inch deep. So I'll just go ahead and still use my top view to locate where I want these lines to go using construction lines. And then this is 1.125. And 1.125. And then right across the bottom. And delete my construction lines. So there's my hole with the threads and the conical tip of the drill bit. Let me add my centerline bisector. And now I can draw a couple construction lines just to locate these points. and copy this existing hole. I don't want to have to draw that all over again. I drew it once, that's enough. Now I can just copy it. Get rid of those construction lines. Okay. I think that's it, except for the dimensions. Now I can do the side view. So let me switch back over to 0 layer. Turn on grid snap so I can start this at a specific point. Like there, that seems good. Okay. Let's go across 3. And so the bottom part of this, it's the same depth as the dovetail slot, which is 0.5. So go up 0.5. The width of the widest part is 4, so that's ½ an inch wider than the bottom part. And if the overall height is 2.5, that means I've got 2 more inches to go to get to the top. There we go. Cross back over 4 inches, down 2, over 1/2, down 1/2. Alright, the top of the dovetail slot goes right across there. It's a hidden line. The bottom of these grooves go across. Let's trim that off. Okay, I've got the bottom of this part comes over here. And then I'll fill it with a 1/8 inch radius. That line and this one. And then I'm going to trim that off. And I'm actually going to delete that little guy so I can mirror all of this right across there. Alright, what else? We've got a visible line that goes right across there. Okay, and I'll trim that off. Also, just noticed I'm missing a couple fillets over here, here, and there. Those should be rounded off. And then I've just got the holes. So the holes, let's see how they're spaced. If I establish my center line, they're going to be 1.5, so half of 1.5 is 0.75. Got 2 holes there and there. And the other one is 3. So half of that is 1.5. That's going to be there and there. Nope, I offset the wrong holes, or wrong lines. Let's get rid of those. And try that again. It's the middle one. Middle one, there we go. There, and keep doing the same thing. Okay, so now I can copy one of these holes I already drew. Don't want to draw it again. If I've already got one, I just want to copy it to there, 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 and there. Okay, now I can get rid of those lines that I was offsetting earlier. Alright, I'll get that cleaned up in the next video. So I'm about out of time again. I've got the base done now, just a few little details to clean up, and then of course have to add the annotation. So it looks like the base is going to require a part 3. So we'll see you then.